Hey there, folks. I'm the Mysterious JG. Welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. We have moved on to Chapter 6, the Aqua Capital, and I went ahead and went back to the menu screen. Now we did unlock Momiji for team missions, so just for the hell of it, I did a team mission real quick with Momiji and a Compu Ryu as her partner. That meant skipping past the cinematics to open this chapter, and I sure hope we get to see them now, and it didn't autosave after they played. If so, I don't know, I'll figure something out. Chapter 6, the Aqua Capital. Elizabeth's whereabouts remain unknown, but her twisted plans continue to unfold as she unleashes the fearsome power of the demon statue. Wherever she goes, your spirit will follow. Wherever she goes, its power awakens one of the four greater fiends from his long slumber. The roar of the greater fiend, Volf, ruler of storms, echoes throughout a beautiful city of canals, transforming a Gothic castle into an evil fortress. So the Aqua Capital will not be named. It's fairly obvious from what little I saw of it before quitting out that it's Venice. But since it's the Aqua Capital, I prefer to think of that this is the city is called Aqua, and it's the capital city of the ocean. Hopefully we get our cinematics. We do. Excellent. I was a little worried about that, actually. So here's the Venice Castle. Venezia. This is Venezia. It's Galgo 13's favorite city. Werewolves. Hey, I'm the greater fiend of werewolves, baby. And again, I keep going back to that guy. I was like, I was ruining this pristine game with my shitty gameplay, and it's like, game has demons, ninjas, dragons, and now werewolves. Razor's Edge will feature a dinosaur. Nobody uses skateboarding, and I haven't seen a pirate yet, but that's about all that's left. Robots too, as far as lame stuff.
I cannot stand another minute of this tedium. You will find me a mighty adversary.
Maybe you should get into something besides fighting. Maybe like macro mode.
An opponent worthy of
I?
Greater fiend and ruler of storms.
Master of dark exposition.
And you shall be made ruler of this land.
So Elizabeth has got the demon statue from Hayabusa Village, and it's basically just going around the world where the strong demons are, waking them up. Gotcha. It's like, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty badass. I guess the individual werewolf servant of that guy will talk like this, baby. Hey, regular people who aren't demons or ninjas. It's a rare sight in a Ninja Gaiden game, or soldiers. This game really hasn't featured soldiers. It's not set in Vigor, so we're not fighting 8 billion Vigorian soldiers. Any of you guys worthy opponents? He, Wolf, Greater Fiend, and Ruler of Storms. Why would he say Greater Fiend and Ruler of Storms? I would stick with Ruler of Storms. Sounds cooler. So, in a quick glance at the fact to make sure I knew how many crystal skulls we're supposed to be looking out for, we will be getting a new Wappet in this level, and therefore we have a blue Muramasa statue right away. But we're also getting a new Wappet, and I want to actually upgrade it. So I want to see if we can get to. Ooh, I meant to switch. I'm thinking this might be a good weapon to see, guys. These guys hit pretty hard. Bad obliteration techniques. It's kind of similar to the purpley dudes, which are called Van Gelfs in this pack. I don't know if that's an official name or something this guy came up with who wrote the pack. How awesome. Even it's an easy mode, and I still managed to lose some hit points there. So I need to be keeping an eye peeled for, can I jump in this water? I can. Pretty sure there's no reason to be in this water, though. I don't think we've got any secrets down there. So this is the alley where that cinematic was set, but it's now closed off, so. There's a whole row of these gondolas. And there's a Ramase statue. And I'm going to try to go. Like I said, I'm going to put off getting anything upgraded until we can check and see if there's, in fact, something better to upgrade. The first crystal skull is in a gondola, which is why I'm doing this. I think it's in the next screen. I think it's in the next section, but I thought I would at least check. Ninja Jesus. Like Mormon Jesus, but deadly. And if it turns out we can't backtrack to here and we need to pick one of our other weapons to upgrade, then I'm going to load because we will have missed an upgrade station, which you don't want to do. Oh, great. Fighting these guys at the same time as werewolves. Hey, I switched over to evade there. I was using I'm really frustrated by this. Everything I've read says, oh, use UTs all the time. It's by far the best strategy. Every time I try to do a UT, I just get attacked by something while I'm charging. And in that case, I'd even, like, press the button to unleash, and it's like, nope, fraction of a second too late, buddy. Like, there, I freaking used it, because I knew he saw he was getting ready to attack me, so I decided to use it before he could, and I end up missing, oh, freaking... Well, you know, whether I don't necessarily need to upgrade a weapon yet, but I am realizing now I did use all my freaking healing items 2 videos ago when we fought our way past that boss. Well, that wiped out our gold reserves, our karma reserves pretty fast. Oh man, I should have waited because if we get our first discount out of the shops when we get 10 crystal skulls, so I should have gotten 1 more crystal skull before we did that. That would have been the smart thing to do. But I'm curious now, what are these? Oh, they're maxed, so I can't even see what they cost. Shoot, I'm all sorts of screwing this up here. But we can come back, and at least I'm smart enough to, with the foreknowledge that FAQ has given me, to come back and well, there it is. How do I get over there, though? Yeah, pretty clear that we should have. Should have gotten this before continuing on with well, that upped our max health too. Alright, at this point I'm just going to continue forward until we get our brand spanking new weapon. And there's a bunch of that. I guess I should be using info more. I keep saying that. It's still true. This is rather reminiscent of Vigor, Holy Vigor Empire capital city, which was Vigor City, I guess. I don't know that the city in Vigor that we visit. Vigor was the country or the city. I guess it was. I think the city had a separate name from Vigor. I'm just forgetting it. But it's kind of reminiscent of that, actually fighting through what looks like a normal city space. It's just these freaking diving tackle things are really getting on my nerves. I was doing my freaking freaking annoying. I was doing the dang ultimate attack. Like, you're supposed to press and hold that button and freaking release it after you start glowing. Always ends up with me getting hit. Didn't even finish the guy off. Now I'm not even full health anymore. Oh, I'm getting borderline. I was kind of back and forth in my head on whether I wanted to start a new stage or just call it a short session after finishing the Memoji stage. But ooh, so we should get a little. Yeah, we do get a little discount there, 10% discount. Well, that could become important if I'm going to continue to be this shitty at fighting these werewolves. Because I'm assuming they are going to be a regular enemy going forward. I sworn I saw something move around on that balcony. I guess his eyes playing tricks on me or something. At least I'm not getting a whole bunch of ranged enemies. I don't think we're going to be encountering werewolf archers. No particular reason a werewolf wouldn't be able to learn to be an archer. I mean, after all, Bo was basically a werewolf archer, daddy. Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. Large Japanese swords will wield it as a pair. Equip this weapon, press up. Weapon shortcut menu. So this was what I was waiting for, as if you couldn't tell. Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang. 2 large Japanese swords wielded as a pair. It might seem difficult to hold one blade in each hand, but these swords have been modified to allow them to be wielded together. The tsuba, or hand guard, of each weapon has holes in it to reduce the weight close to the sword hand. This design, known as Musashi Tsuba, was first proposed by legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. No one knows when the swords were forged, but it's rumored that each blade bears the inscription Uramatsu. So I need to level this thing up. I don't know when I'll get around to using it. I'm pretty much intent on using the lunar most of the time. But maybe they're worth it. Ooh. Can't strengthen that anymore. Can't strengthen that anymore. An argument could be made that I should be leveling up the that I should have leveled up this thing, Endless Fang. Matter of fact, the FAQ I'm reading suggests that it's a pretty good weapon against the werewolf guys, but I always thought like dual wield swords were pretty freaking stylish. Yagyu Jubei being my favorite Samurai Shodown character before they introduced Kenjuro. I suppose I should look at my techniques for this thing. Square, square, triangle, triangle. Square, 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 triangle, triangle. Gotcha. That seems like it would be a good one. Looks like you're doing some heavy damage with those final blows, because you're kind of sticking your sword deep in their guts and then pulling them apart. Oh, I should also check to see now where, because we got the gondola, we got the Dragon Claw, Tiger Fang, and we get, okay, there'll be crystals. Next Crystal Skull should be pretty easy to spot once we get there. And then the next one is Hidden on a Dead Body, the next thing we need to get. Oh, I didn't actually save. I probably want to save. as soon as I tried for that combo. Yeah, every time I try for a combo, I just get grabbed. Oh, I got it done. Not really doing that much, is it? Healing was probably a good thing for me to get right there. It's supposed to be around here, the Crystal Skull. There we go. I wasn't really blown away by the dual blade is resonating, but not resonating that good, so. I can't possibly jump over this thing, it's way too high. I know I'm a ninja, but seriously. So keep an eye peeled for dead body. Should be fairly easy to spot in this area because we're fighting werewolves, so instead of leaving around normal corpses, we're leaving werewolf corpses, which are probably noticeably different from the corpses that we'll be finding of people that have been murdered by werewolves. I blocked, I shouldn't have blocked, because apparently that just gave me over to his throw. Oh, and I guess there's nobody left to fight here, so I just wasted some karma. But I destroyed a table. Easy done! Easy done! Easy done! I wonder which way I'm supposed to be advancing. That looks like the castle where Wolfgang is hanging out. So I might want to avoid going in that direction, is what I'm saying. Oh, here we go. Oh, Talisman of Rebirth. Well, I guess it's nice to know where that is, in case we have use for it later. I have not seen this body that they mentioned, which would have I freaking evaded! And now I've got a camera angle where I can't see a damn thing. How do you like my spazzing out on the triangle button skills, demon? The statue. Starting to wonder if the next item we're looking for is something that's going to give us another Nympho slot, or the ability to, you know, fire more Nympho off, which isn't really that critical for us because we're not using that much Nympho. Oh, you guys. I recognize you from the next game. This is probably your debut, though. I don't remember fighting you in Ninja Gaiden Sigma. And actually, these guys seem to... like, something very similar to these shows up as a generic enemy type in Stars All Stars. So is this, maybe this is what we're looking for. Spirit of the Devils permanently increases your maximum key. Use this item, press start, to open the pause menu, then go to item. So there's no reason not to use this right away. Oh, I guess we did use it right away. It didn't even, that was interesting. So it told us to use it, but then it actually just kind of auto-used itself. All right. So Spirit of the Devils, there'll be a new enemy who's going to show up. And after we deal with the new enemy, we'll go to there's a near the gondola is a water alley. Okay, so the next crystal skull's underwater, and it looks like we've got a little while before we got to worry about keeping our eyes peeled for Life of the Thousand Gods or Life of the Gods. Actually, there's one of each coming ahead of us here. So let's keep it going. There will be a underwater, there will be a bridge, and under, this seems like someplace where there would be hidden treasures, or pennies. Pennies are a hidden treasure, right? Well, let's make sure that this is where we're supposed to go before we, oh crap. I think I might have just gotten us stuck in here. I'm not sure that we can get out. Yeah, I'm not sure we can get out. So hopefully there was nothing really cool to find over. Oh, well, you know what? Looks like we might be able to get back out this way anyway. Possibly. Oh, that's almost certainly the path that we need to continue. Well, there's the crystal skull. I feel like we missed some enemies that the Fac was talking about. We seem to have bypassed them. Maybe I wasn't supposed to jump into that hole just yet, but I don't see a way to get back up there. Unless there's something over here. And there isn't. Okay, well, I don't think we missed anything super critical. Although now that we're forced to continue along, I want to check 0 enemies, water canal. Oh, you know what? Never mind. We did fight the enemies. I guess if we missed any, I'm thinking there was no place for us to go except jumping into that fountain. I just didn't look around first, which freaked me out, but I'm pretty sure there was nothing else to do. So we got to get past a Muramasa statue before we got our next. We got a little while to go before we get to the next special item, and we should know that it's coming from what I'm reading. I don't want to give it away to you guys if I don't have to, but what I'm reading in the FAQ, we'll be doing something right before we unlock it. Or right before we get to that chest, which should make it fairly obvious when it's time to start looking for that chest. Having flashbacks to the holy city of Bagur. There was a canals around the palace stage that we did. Alright. So we're going to swim around for a while until we figure out what's going on. It's another... I mean, once you've had to use this once to get through a gate, it seems like it's not really a puzzle that's worth repeating. other than testing our ability to use the swimming function, which isn't that awesome. I've managed to avoid drowning. There's a save statue. I have enough health, and I'm tempted to see if we can kill a few enemies in the next screen or two before we use it. There will be... Alright, I'll give it away. There will be a zip line sequence. And when we do that, we know it's... Oh, Art of the Piercing Void. This is the... Oh, never mind. We're getting it earlier than I thought we were. This is the Ninpo that I was going to level up. Unleash a surge of emptiness to pierce your enemies to their core. Oh, you just like throw some goth lyrics at them. To equip this Ninpo, blah, blah, blah. The flames underneath the health gauge represent your key. You can use your key to cast Ninpo. Gotcha. So this one is apparently difficult from what I was reading because, yes, I'm giving away the entire game. What I was reading... Oh, and you can't even get through here without getting it. They make you get it. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know that we actually read these. The Art of the Inferno. This Ninpo uses the power of telekinesis to hurl a flaming mass of pyrokinetic energy at a desired target. The Art of the Inferno is highly effective against enemies in front of the caster. Those unlucky enough to fall victim to this Ninpo are completely engulfed in flame. The fire it unleashes is no ordinary flame, akin to the flame of dragon's breath. It is no surprise that records fail to mention anyone survived the intensity of the Inferno. Then the Wind Blades. This Ninpo amplifies sharp waves of vacuum created by lightning-fast movements of the arms. The wind of the vacuum radiates from the caster, slashing to pieces any organic matter in the vicinity. Clearly, this Ninpo is most useful in the caster surrounded by enemies, although not designed for pinpoint attacks. Its lethality should not be underestimated, and the remote chance that a victim survives, undoubtedly they will have lost at least one of their extremities, leaving them with little remaining offensive capabilities. Yeah, you are in fact supposed to use that Ninpo to against powerful enemies, or swarms of weak enemies, or against strong enemies to cut off a limb, which allows you to use obliteration techniques. Art of the Piercing Void. Simply put, this Ninpo allows the caster to project a black hole. Its angle of effect is quite narrow. Oh, it's like Shepard's special gun that got its own goofy commercial spot. When you get it's like your pre-order bonus for Mass Effect, or maybe 2, or maybe it's a collector's edition. Its angle of effect is quite narrow, but it serves to concentrate destructive power, creating a devastating projectile that can penetrate through multiple targets before dissipating. This penetrating ability is the biggest appeal of the Art of the Piercing Void. This Ninpo focuses the telekinetic energy created by the centripetal vibrations of the caster's lower dantian key focal point. Ooh, lower dantian sounds hot. Then directs the shape of the energy using gravitational waves propagated by the caster's conscious spirit. This creates a gravitational abnormality, a rotating black hole trapped inside a spiritual force field. Because this force field is somewhat permeable, extreme fluctuations of space-time occur near the surface of the Ninpo projectile that pulverize any nearby living matter. Flame Phoenix. The Ninpo summons the spirits of the sacred phoenixes to fly about the caster, protecting them from the holy flame. Phoenixes. Okay, this is the one I thought Momiji had, which this is the one that's supposed to be the most worthless. Phoenixes are associated with the element of fire and are well known for their ability to rise reborn from their own ashes in Chinese mythology. The phoenix is one of the 4 features of good fortune and represents the concept of peace. With this Ninpo equipped, the caster can find peace even in the midst of a fierce battle. What we want to do is use the Jewel of the Demon Seal on Art of the Piercing Void to make it level 2, and then use another one on Art of the Piercing Void. And now we have a fully maxed out Art of the Piercing Void. It is supposed to be the most difficult Ninpo to connect with, but also the one that does the most damage to the target that it actually hits, which means it seems like it would be the most useful to use against bosses. And we will go ahead and equip it. And maybe even actually use it at some point, although I don't use Ninpo that much. It's a Muramase statue. There was a save point. I was avoiding using it. Oh. But now it's like pretty much time to call it a video, so maybe I need to just freaking use the statue and call it a video. I just kind of want to kill a couple more enemies. There we go. kill these enemies off. Assuming I don't actually die here. I'll feel really bad if I have to use a... oh, fuck. Who's shooting me? You... oh, there's fiery dudes. You guys have fire power, I guess. Shit, that's what I was afraid of. Having to actually use healing items will have made this whole let's not use the save statue yet really a bad idea. Because we found a new revival herb, but we can't get back to where it was. That was bullshit. I freaking went for my ultimate attack and he got positioned so that I couldn't use it. So that was a waste of a healing item, that was a waste of karma. My whole thing, at least we won't have to fight them next time. Oh boy, I don't know if that paid for itself as far as the karma is concerned. Probably not. So I should have just saved when we first found that statue. Maybe. I don't know if it would make a difference. And then I throw a freaking shuriken at him because I got confused about what buttons do. Oh, here's a little office. Oh, I sure hope we can get back to that. Hope the door didn't close behind us to get back to that save point. Okay, it didn't. Zipping around back and forth, confusing myself here. Then the game got really confused for a second. Alright folks, that's going to be it for this video. When we come back next time, we still got it. Oh, I guess we still got a little bit of karma. We got a level 2 Dragon's Claw and Tiger's Fang, but we're still using Lunar Staff. We have fully leveled up, like, you know, Demi Ninpo or whatever the fuck it is, and things are going okay. I'm Serious JG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more.